Hello, everybody. I'm going to try, I wrote this down, and I'm going to try to deliver this to you so you understand a little bit about basic and advanced psychological warfare. So, psychological warfare, basic psychological warfare, is to best think of the brain as one of two things. Either one, a wall where you and however many others chip away every day at that wall. Try to create holes, try to create breaches. Or two, a garden where society, community, family, and government, the taking of which creates the soil. The question is, what seeds do we want to create? What seeds do we want to plant? Basic psychological warfare could be just a lie and collaboration. It also could be having advanced knowledge and using it on those who do not know. Here is a list of some things used for basic psychological warfare, and its goal is to make the victim a hollow shell of who they really are. It's to create an outcast and damage. It is to get the victim to do it to themselves, and they toy with their prey, trying to make the rational seem unrational and emotionally unstable, and to take their birthright. It is to instill emotions such as paranoia, anxiety, fear, and wrath, all things that could be explained with external factors, but the field of psychiatry doesn't care. They want to give you a pill. Create dysfunction around a person's life, fake situations, media, desperation, neglect and abuse, character assassination, gaslighting, add stress, tease sexually and economically, manipulation, culture such as indoctrination, brainwashing, and conformity, social engineering to predestinate the masses and create an eventuality, but to get someone to suppress actions like defending themselves and suppress emotions and rape the victim in many ways to get the response they want, and punished for punishments and terrorism. Rape of situational, environmental, physical, emotional, sexual, psychological, and economical ways of life. Defamation, and to get people to dissociate in order to isolate. Isolation is not just being alone, but as well is to make appearances as this, but they are raped and in a collaboration effort. Separate in order to lose emotional and psychological connection, not limited to isolation alone. Hold down intellectually, socially, behaviorally, sexually, emotionally, and economically. Take rights and laws such as privacy, right of marriage, unlawful search and seizure, and pursuit of happiness, life, liberty. To make someone dependent, hold down academically, desperation, intentionally sabotage, demoralize by attacking socially and sexually since a kid, so they do not try to be with women, take community and society, so they will never have a chance to be with the women they want anyway. Demoralize, as in corrupting someone to be lustful or have wrath, suppressed emotions. Humiliation, double standards, degrade someone to take lesser, become lesser, and face disappointment to deprive them. Tactics used socially and behaviorally to target emotions and degrade psychologically, even to try to make someone have emotional responses to be violent. Loopholes to get rid of people. They start young because of vulnerability and use political abuse of psychiatry and legal system fraud. Subcategories of psychological warfare are sexual, emotional, social, psychological, and behavioral. Advanced psychological warfare is more complicated because civilians do not know of it and should not. However, by extension, should not be practiced on civilians due to the vulnerability of ignorance. The only thing civilians know of in advanced psychological warfare is hypnotism. However, the CIA has practiced advanced psychological warfare in an attempt to better understand and control it. So wherever you have heard them do was not everything and not what they discovered. With projects like MK Ultra and the United States military has practiced advanced psychological warfare with projects like the Men Who Stare at Goats. And because of the overt knowledge, perhaps the CIA and the military, even though they did these projects for national defense, they should be monitored and red flagged, and all employees in them as potential threats. Only those who have studied advanced psychological warfare to protect civilians. After all, national defense is for civilians too. To quote Robin Hood, a film in 2010, kings have need for their subjects just as subjects have need for kings. Terrorism by any official is outrageous and not why we have democracy. Hypnotism is controversial and the only thing we know of as civilians because it is practiced, but it's not advanced psychological. But if you think of advanced psychological warfare, you can best think of the brain as a computer, and advanced psychological warfare is like a glitch to put in, take out, and edit, as well as create a puppet if need be. Examples of studying Psy-War are Little Albert Experiment, the Robbers Experiment, the Robbers Cave Experiment, Harlow's Monkey Experiment, the Barbeau Doll Experiment, the Asch Conformity Experiment, Milgram Obedience Experiment, Stanford Prison Experiment. Thank you.